Why is it, do you think, that the nations of the world did not speak up after the impact of Wuhan was seen relative to what I envisioned as a crime against humanity when they stopped people traveling within China to different parts from Wuhan, but did not in any way try to recognize the risk to the rest of the world? Why is it that they took no steps and no nation has held them accountable for that crime against humanity?
I think it was obscured at first, and in large part because of the Chinese influence on the World Health Organization. And I think your Dr. Fauci had a lot to do with it also. He whitewashed the WHO and he whitewashed China, and as you know, he took the position that it was probably from the the market near the laboratory there, it came from a bat or something like that, and that muddied the waters for a long time. I think the world didn't realize, and only gradually realized, that the burden of guilt is what I agree with you it is. And I think that's the reason. Now, there was undoubtedly probably an element in there as well of fear of repercussions of China. It's a powerful country, and many countries in the world value their relations with China to the point where it wasn't that great an issue with them, so why complicate relations with China? I mean, this whole Belt and Road thing, I think, is going to be a disaster. I think we will have the indescribable pleasure of watching it blow up in China's face. I mean, they exploit these resources and put in infrastructure in developing countries, but they import their own workers to do it. So they don't create employment and they don't create much goodwill. And eventually the host countries are just going to seize their investment and throw the Chinese out like the Burmese did. But while it's going on, these countries like, relatively poor countries in Africa and so on, are reluctant to really take issue with China on a question which, like the one you raised, didn't affect them that much, and it wasn't that clear for a long time who was really responsible. As I say, I think the WHO, I think its conduct was a disgrace. I think Trump was right to quit and take away the big chunk of the budget the Americans were paying to perform precisely the operation you quite rightly invade against. And I don't want to overstress it, but the fact that the chief health authorities, public health administrators in this country were so compromised, I think a great many other countries, including in Canada and England, thought, well, if this is what the leaders of public health administration in the U.S. are saying, we've got to take that seriously. So I think you don't have to look too far from where we're sitting to see where a lot of the blame lies. Thanks very much.